Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. It's Friday! Whoop, 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 whoop. Yes! The weekend is here. We are very excited and we are here for the final live offering of the week, and we are masterclassing it right up as part of National Craft Month. We're bringing you a Papercraft masterclass. Looking forward to it. 2 hours of great deals. We've got loads for you actually, with great cardstock. We've got papers for you. We've got dies. We've got stamps. We've got great deals coming up for you as well on your G2 accessories. We've got tape pens, we've got adhesive bundles, we've got dies, we've got stamps, we've got vellum, we've got papers. We've got it all. We have got it all. We've got you as well, so we'd love you to get in touch. Keep us company over the course of this show. Fire away, ask those questions, let us know what you want to see. Bingo! No, that was last night. No more. No more bingo. But we have got lots up our sleeve. I think, haven't we, Craig or Bagel?
Well, yes, it's obviously a masterclass, but what we're going to do is we're going to cherry pick. If there's anything specific that you'd like to see, let Ben know, and then, of course, we can have a look at it, of course. Any questions? We are going to be having a little look through things such as our V-Blade paper trimmer. That's on the show. We've got the toolkit as well. So don't think of it as a traditional sort of masterclass when it comes to the demos, a step by step with all the different ways. We're just going to cut away. We're just going to answer any of your questions, any of your queries, and we're going to do little bits of demo when it comes to maybe what you want to see.
Yeah, bit of an open house. Ask some questions. Let's put him to the test. Go on. Anything you want to see him do, within reason. We'll get the request in. Get the request in. Yeah. Come on, can you up for it? Because this is the brilliant thing about Craig. I mean, all our guys are amazing, but he's happy to, as we call it in the business, wing it. Right? Not that he does very often.
I hate that word.
What?
Wing it. I hate it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You never use it, do you?
No.
Never ever uses that. No, he doesn't. He's always planned. But tonight, he is the king of wing. Yeah? So if there's anything that you if there's anything that you want to see, if there's anything that you want to see out of any of the kits, like if you want to see something cut, ask us. If you want to see something stamped, ask us. If you want to see, any of the plate combos that we've got as far as the G2 is concerned, ask, and we'll get those requests done for you, I'm sure. Also, don't forget, whilst you are shopping this show, a few of the items, I'm sure, will qualify for our National Craft Month code as well. A lot of people were using that earlier on today in our Craft Bolt show. The code is NCM Paper. Your last chance to use that, by the way, will be on Sunday, end of play Sunday. But you're going to get 30% off selected Papercraft with that code. That's the one code that you can use. And of course, it's all caps. And if you were watching our Bingo Share last night, there might just be another little thing that you can use, eh? Only if you watched it, though. I'm not telling you if you didn't. If you weren't there, you won't know. But yeah, get shopping with us. A few hellos before we get started. We've got Beck on the social tonight. Becky's socialing us up this evening. And Amber says, good morning, y'all. Morning. Mary Beth Dawes says, hi again, everyone, joining from Minnesota, where the sun has come out of hiding. Hello also to Jeffrey Langley, who says, happy Friday, Ben and Craig, in brackets, the one and only famous handsome hunk. Thank you. Also, hi to the fantastic and fabulous CTV crew. It is Jamie, it is Johnny and Jake. Oh, it's all the J's. Terry H says, hi everyone from a snowy Iowa, listening and working. The guys in the gallery are very excited because they're getting overtime apparently tonight, which is brilliant. Trish says, please buy something during the show. Got to pay their wages. Their overtime is not cheap. Trish Lestelle says, good morning, afternoon and evening to all. Hello. Hi also to Sarabi's mum on YouTube. Kendall's joined us as well, saying hello everyone from Minnesota. The weather is good. We've had our first request of the night. I don't know whether you'll be showing this at any point or whether... It's not Legs 11 again, though. It's not Legs 11. Legs 11 did come out, and Craig got his legs stuck up on the counter. Nearly did your hamstring, didn't you?
I did indeed. Just about.
Mandy's asking from Cramlington, and this is not a stupid question at all. I don't know if we're going to get time to do it, but thank you for asking. She gets stuck on how to make a twisted easel.
Twisted easel? We could very easily do that with one of these paper pads just coming up.
Will you do that for Mandy Robson then?
Of course I will, Mandy. I shall do that, yes.
Producer Johnny is writing that down so we don't forget. Thank you. I don't know if we've got any on the show, but we've opened up the thing now, haven't we? Dawn's asking how to use gilding flakes.
We don't have any on the show, do we? No. What we just do is go into YouTube, on our YouTube, and just search in the search engine Gildan Flakes. We've got our Stay Sticky pens, we've got the Stay Sticky toolkit with, of course, the Gildan Flakes. If you also go on to... try to think where you would find it on one of my pages. But certainly, if you go into YouTube, Crafter's Companion, just put Gildan Flakes. Do you know what? Just search it. You'll find other companies showing you as well how you can use it, and you just translate it with ours.
Yeah, well, we have done, I feel like we've done a lot of demos recently. Obviously, you've missed them, but yeah, go onto our pages and you'll find our guys definitely showing you how to do. Do
you know what I could do? As I can show you how you can use Gildan Flakes with tape runners.
Well, that's good enough. Yeah, because we've got the tape runners on the show. You see, always thinking. That was for Dawn. And Kristin's asked the question. Oh, I see, we've done it now, haven't we? Kristin says, what is the product you use when paper piecing that the pieces adhere to temporarily, and how do you use that? That's like a little sticky pen, isn't it?
No, the sheets that she's meaning. So meaning the sheets.
Oh, sorry, I understand. Yeah.
So we've got, I've just seen these. So these, now, I don't think we do these anymore, but just so that you know, the non-stick release sheets. So this is what they look like. This is what you'd be familiar of. You can have a look on the website, but I don't think we've got them in stock anymore. In all honesty, and I've always put my hand up, I don't use them. I don't like them.
Oh.
It is the product. I prefer to do the traditional paper piece, just pop them out onto the glass mat, and then, of course, just do them that way. So when I say I don't like them, I don't mean I just don't like our brand of them. It's not that. I don't like the concept of the actual non-stick release sheet. Can completely understand why many of you do like them, because they are a good product if you prefer to use them. I personally don't. I just pop them out and use my tacky glue.
Dawn has just got in touch as well to say, I was watching Craig when he was doing the QVC show, and Craig, you have beautiful eyes, says Dawn.
Aw, thank you, Dawn.
Yeah.
The blue.
Oh no. Oh, there you go, Dawn. Any more requests? I'm not sure that Dawn actually asked for that. That's a bit weird now. That's a bit weird. Cut. Any more close-ups you want, just let us know. Right, let us. You put your legs away. We're not seeing them again. Right, are we going to look at some pictures? Let's show you what's on the show. We've got a 6-piece card collection for you. This is the one that we've actually got up on the counter for you here, which is all about your Wild at Heart collection. It's really good, actually. You've got your 20-piece luxury glitter and mirror card 12x12 set from the Wild at Heart. You've also got your fabulous fuchsia A4 luxury linen cardstock. 5 different colours there, and you're getting 5 sheets of each. And from the Floral Elegance collection, you've got your mirror and matte card pad. Again, 24 sheets within that one. Then the other cards that you've got your selection of Centura Metallics, the precious metal, so 36 sheets, 310 GSM on that. You've got your 5 colour pack of darks, 40 sheets there. And we also give you a selection of our beautiful luxury cardstock. You've got the blue and the silver there, so you get 10 sheets of your silver cardstock in the glitter, and then you get the blues in the matte and the mirror. That's an awesome deal. £44 or $56 is the price on that one if you're a platinum member. And again, use those codes, because without looking, a lot of these will qualify, I'm sure, for that NCM paper. And certainly if that doesn't work, if you're watching Cartload last night, you'll have that other little code to use. Also, 12x12 paper pads. This is a really lovely bundle, actually. Some of the goodies from last night's Paper Palace, which didn't sell out, we've bundled together in another exceptional bundle for you. It's a 5-piece collection, which is going to bring you the 24-sheet 12x12 Neon Dreams. You've also got that beautiful Sunflowers collection. Remember the Sunflowers, which is in there, the Delightful Daisies, which is in there, and the beautiful 48-page pad, which is in there. Those ones are all pads that we reordered. We got back in. We weren't going to, but such was the demand for those pads. We've got them back, and we've bundled them together with your Neon Dreams, and of course that amazing Cosmic Pad 2. An incredible saving you're making there, $23.95 or $36.91. Your platinum price, £44 or $60. We've then got a Vellum bundle for you too. Once again, some really, really lovely vellums in here from recent collections, including the Floral Elegance. We've got the 24-sheet vellum set from the fabulous Fuchsia collection, and the same again from that Kingfisher set. Really nice in the Fuchsia collection, the fact that you get pattern papers in there, and also block colours of your vellum too. You've also got your 48 sheets of vellum inserts, 5x7 there, which are beautifully foiled. These ones are the ones which are left blank, so you can stamp your own sentiments onto those should you wish to. 24 quid is a deal there. £24 or $32 is your platinum price, saving $17.96 or $22.92. Loads of tools on the show for you as well, including the intricate tool kit. You've got a tape pen within this. Also, we're going to be bringing you your die brush tool, 2-piece set, because you get your little sponge in there, and you also get the tool itself. You're going to get your low-tack tape. We're getting pokey tools, and very handily, we're giving you your 3-pack of replacement heads there as well. So when your die brush tool does begin to sort of splay a little, because it will over time, you have got the replacement heads to go with it. We're also going to give you a pack of your Centura Snow White cardstock too. So a really nice bundle with an over 30% saving, and you are down to £12.80 or $21.60 if you're a platinum member. 2 things that we're going to look at in the studio, I think, fairly sort of soon, actually. You don't get the balls here, but I know, the glitter balls. However, you do get everything else. Our essential toolkit that we launched around birthday, This is fantastic, and Craig's going to take us through this in just a few moments' time. But it includes all the tools that you need, really, to get started on your crafting journey. And actually, you know what? If you're someone who's already a long way down that journey, it's nice to have these in a little pack that you can take with you wherever you go. So you've got within that your metal ruler. You've also got your 6-inch self-healing cutting mat. You've got your 4.5-inch precision snips, tweezers, pokey tool, and that's like your bigger pokey tool as well, which I know a lot of people like. Particularly if you've got dexterity issues, it's easier to hold and use. And you've also got your craft knife in there too. 10% saving on that today at £14.39 if you're platinum, or $21.59. And then also something we're going to look at early doors in the show, which I know Craig will absolutely adores. It is our paper trimmer, always handy to have. You know, not only going to do the job of a guillotine for you, but also the fact that you can use this to kind of create apertures and gut the inside of your cardstock should you wish to. It's the 3x12 paper trimmer, again with a 10% saving, taking you down to £14.39 platinum, or $17.96. Cindy just said, I agree with Craig in regards to using the hold and release sheets, easier to use tacky glue. Amanda, oh, it was a bit of a loving tonight here, isn't there? Amanda Rostovsky says, those blue eyes are beautiful. Blue eyes. Evelyn says, oh, here we go. You do have beautiful blue eyes, Craig. Oh. All right, everybody, goodness. All right. Jeez. I agree, says Jamie. Get it? I agree. No. Oh. Lynn says, good evening, Ben, Craig, and all the team from Newcastle.
Aye, man.
Stephanie says, love all the paper in the paper pad bundle pack. Morning from a cold and snowy Colorado, says Evelyn. And Hillary says, my tag dyes arrived today. Brilliant service.
Get in.
That is quick, that is quick. Right, we are going to have a look first up then at the Essential Toolkit. Have you physically got that over there?
Yes, I've got one,
news.
yeah.
I won't unbox it then and take you through it because I won't steal Craig's thunder. But as we've seen, £14.39, £21.59. Really handy set here. And it actually says on the front of the box, true this, includes all the tools you need to get started on your crafting journey. It's a really great bundle, this, isn't it?
It is. If you, excuse me, if you follow Sarah, and you'll see that Sarah will tend to gift out some crafty goodies to any people that she's met, any celebs that she's come across. Have you noticed that she always puts in the Essential Tool Bundle? And that's because it really is handy to have. If you're beginning, then this is a perfect one to have. If it is, you know, age-related, of course, keeping it in mind, good for the kiddies. There is some sharp objects, so just keep that in mind.
Yes.
But if it's their own little crafty tool kit that they've got, it's perfect. But even for experienced crafters, it's still good to have, because what you've got within the Essential Tool Kit is you've got the essential tools, as it says. So you have got your little self-healing mat. Now you do have your centimetres on one side and you've got your inches on the other. So the measurements reach to 6x6. It is just over 6x6, but you've got some of your different angles as well. You've got your grids as well if you want to use it as a way to line up your cardstock, or even to line up your card to do your stamping. But it's self-healing because when it comes to the craft knife that you get, which is a really beautiful craft knife to hold.
Yeah.
This, of course, depending on the age, of course, be careful because it is a very, very sharp blade. But with this one, what it is with the self-healing mat is when you cut in, it self-heals. So therefore, the more and more that you use it, you're not going to get the ridges, you're not going to get the indents, which then means that's not then going to transfer through into your card or your project. It's personal preference between your self-healing mat or your glass mat. Your glass mat, you have a glide. Your self-healing mat, the self-healing mat actually holds and hugs your blade. So if you want more of that straight, precise cut, then your self-healing mat's a good one because, as I say, your blade is going into the self-healing mat. It's holding, it's hugging it, and then you're just going to get that instant straight line. Your glass mat, it can be a little bit harder. I say already I'm going at an angle, and I'm not doing that on purpose. You've got that glide. That's good if you want movement, but if you're wanting straight and precise lines, this is where your self-healing mat is going to be the best one that you can see. As we're going down, you've got all these different angles that you can follow as well. Really, really good. craft knife, what you have got is you've got the ability there that we can just see that you can then replace them, and you can use the replacement blade for our standard craft knife. These are easily just going to slot inside, so you know you can replace them. You've also got, which is now my new favourite poke tool, and it's this one here. Incredibly sharp, hence why you get the protective cap there, but it's a lot easier to hold. So irrelevant of where or how you're holding it, whether it's like a pen, whether it's in the palm, whether it's the end, or whether it's close up, you've then got that nice ease grip when it comes to your poke tool. You've then got your little snippy scissors. So between these and our purple ones, I use all the time because they're nice, they're small, they get into all the little like detail. Of course, if you prefer your larger scissors, that's absolutely fine. It's personal preference when it comes to the scissors. But if you're a fan of our small purple-handed precise scissors, then you're going to absolutely love these as well. Protective cap, because once again, they are incredibly sharp. What we've also got is we've also got our reverse tweezers here. Now the reverse tweezers, in all honesty, they take a couple of moments just to get familiar with. If you can see the little finger grip here has just come away, it just pops back in. You've got your little circular holes that pop into place. And all you need to do is just slot it in and then overlap that protective edge like so. Now when it comes to these ones here, what you're going to do is to actually open it up, you're going to press, and then to release it, you're going to let go. That then means that what you can do is you don't have to grip it to hold. So what I mean by that, that's it now closed. So I'm holding it just at the actual tip, but because it's the reverse press tweezers, it means that is gripping it. And whereas usually what you would have to do to grip, usually you would have to keep a hold, press it for it to grip. You don't have to worry about that one, of course. The grip is already done naturally. Now it does take a moment.
It takes a bit of getting used to,
It takes a little bit of getting used to on that one, because you automatically want to do the opposite. To grip, you want to press. To release, of course, you want to let go. So it's the complete opposite. But you've got your reverse tweezers. Once again, these are still sharp at the tip, of course. So you've got the protective tip, and then you've got your metal edge ruler as well. So up to 6 inches in the measurements. It's just over that. It's about 6.5 inches in full length. But you can see on one side you've got your inches. On the other side you've then got your centimetres. The actual metal ruler, these are really, really good when it comes to a craft knife, because of course it's not going to blunt your craft knife as quick as a plastic ruler can do. But then you just need to use it. You're just going to line it up on your self-healing mat, and you're going to see you're going to get that incredible crisp, clean cut. If you want to use the grids, of course, then you can do that. But by just simply twisting and then turning, you can then use your self-healing mat. And then if you are coming along and then you're using measurements, if you were to line that up, you can go at all the different angles, meet and match, follow along, and then you can start to do your different shapes, you can do your different mats and layers. But it really has been, in my opinion, the best thing to have within your crafty stash. I've got 3 of them. One of them I was given to by, of course, the company, and then another 2 of them I bought with my own money because I think they're so handy to have. I've one here, one in my case for Hobby Maker, and then one that just stays at home with me as well. You've got all the key tools, really good for whether you're doing a bit of soft crafts, whether you're doing just paper cutting, or just to have round about the craft room.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And again, a great price on this today too. Might be you're looking for a gift for a crafter. This would be a brilliant one, or as like Craig's described, for someone who's wanting to get into craft, all of the tools that you need to get you started. That 6-piece set, got a 10% saving tonight. And of course, you'll still get your discount on top of that. If you are within Club Inspire, if you're platinum, it's $14.39 or $21.59. Pat says, good afternoon, Ben, Craig, Super Suit TV staff and social superstar, as well as all my crafting friends from a clear and beautiful New Jersey. Dawn says, I love your senses of humour and thank you for the extremely close-up of your eyes, Craig. Great camera work. That's Jamie who did that. He's on the ball. Stephanie says, I like the small purple. This scissor is slightly bigger. And Dawn says, such a good, helpful hint with the tweezers. Now, something which has been very, very popular today already is the deal that we've done for you on the plates. Am I right in thinking, correct me if I'm wrong here, I want to say that these are in the section on the website, are they not? That section? Double check it. Try it, as I say, try it. But whichever way, you're already getting a fantastic deal on your G2 accessories. We've got the 9x12 and the 9x6 collection for you, so you are quids in whichever way you go. And then remember, just to kind of recap on this, if you have got the original Gemini and you want to use these plates in the original Gemini, you can, and vice versa. Of course, if you've got the G2, you can use your original plates in the G2. However, what's so great about this bundle, they're there individually, but we're giving you the 30% saving off the bundle. So everyone's a winner, whichever way you want to go. Yeah, the way that I've broken this down, right, so $43.96 or $63.96 is your platinum price. That's what you should normally be paying. What you're paying for this time around is your storage bag, okay? So you've got this, it's like neoprene, the material that you're going to get your bag out of. I'm not going to put it on my head this time, don't worry. Somebody screenshotted me last time, and it's all over the internet. But you've got your bag, you keep all of your plates in. Also a nice size, as a lot of people have chatted about, for popping in tablets and laptops and that kind of thing. So you're getting that, and then you're also going to pay for one of your white cutting plates, and that's where you finish paying. All of the other plates we're going to give you for absolutely nothing. So you obviously get your second white cutting plate, and as we always talk about here, look after these, do your flipping, do your rotating. You're potentially going to get up to 3 times longer with these than the original plates, okay? So look after them, and they certainly will look after you. Also for free, you're going to be getting in there your rubber embossing mat. Also for free, you're going to get your plastic shim, and again with that one, if you do your flipping and rotating, that
Flip and rotate.
What do you call me?
Flip and rotate.
Flip and rotate. That could last you up to 10 times longer, but it's all about the housekeeping. Free, you're going to get your magnetic shim for free, and you're also going to get your metal cutting plate as well for free within that bundle. And I think it's safe to say here, Craig, as well, I always make this point because it's funny to think of these as consumables, but they are. Your plates are your consumables. And when we do deals like this, right, even if you're sat at home now, Craig, thinking, well, I've got all of my plates and my G2 is working fine, you, at some point you're going to need to get more, aren't you? So why not get them when you got 30% off, right?
Absolutely, yeah, because they'll become that point, whereas you might not need them at the moment, but
No.
as Ben just said there, in a couple of months' time or a couple of weeks' time that you do need them and then they're not on a deal, then you're having to pay that extra. Why not take advantage of you getting the save and you saving yourself money on something that you will absolutely need at some point? So definitely completely agree with Ben on that one.
Yeah, and it's the same deal. We'll say same deal. We've got the 9x6 available for you as well. So again, these will go through your junior if you want to use these in your junior and vice versa. But the deal on this time around, you're getting them all again. But the way I've worked it out is that you're going to pay for your storage bag, you're paying for your metal cutting plate and your 2 white cutting plates, and then all of the other plates within the bundle. So your rubber embossing mat, your magnetic shim, and your plastic shim, you're getting for free within that bundle. £27.20 or $39.20. So yeah, as we've pretty much worked out, I say producer Johnny's worked it out, you're getting 30% off within the bundle. However, if you do decide that you just want to pick and choose the particular plates or the shims that you need, if you drop into the National Craft Month page on the website, you'll find the individual plates that you can then apply that NCM paper code to get 30% off the individuals as well. So in the words of producer Johnny, everyone is a winner.
Ben?
Yes.
Just to say, on those larger plates, remember, they also go through the Pro if you turn them sideways. So if you're looking to stock up on plates for your Pro, yeah, they're still A4, but turn them on their side, they'll still go through the big machine.
Yes, and of course, well done if you picked up a Pro last night on Cartload, because we had some fantastic deals, didn't we? Right, don't forget we've got to do that easel card at some point.
I'm going to do it in the next demonstration now with the paper trimmer.
Mandy Robson, that's for you. Paper trimmer. Let's get the details up. Oh, they are up. 3x12 paper trimmer. £14.39 or £17.96. Let's talk about this and have a bit of a chinwag about it, because I know a lot of people will already have ways to kind of trim their paper. A lot of people obviously go to guillotines. We've got the 2 different sizes of guillotines that we have. So in your opinion then, if I've already got a guillotine, do I need a paper trimmer? And vice versa, if I've already got a paper trimmer, do I need a guillotine? What's the pros and cons about each of them, Craig?
One of them's gutting your cardstock.
Yep.
If you want to gut your cardstock to, of course, save on card and save on money, then, of course, the paper trimmer's a good way to do it. Maybe you don't have mats and Laird dies. Maybe you don't have a die cutting machine, but you want to do your framework and you want to do your apertures. You can't do that with a guillotine. You need to have a V-blade trimmer that is a precise cut at central points. So what I mean by that is, let's take some of that fabulous fuchsia cardstock.
Yes.
Now I'm just going to take one of the fuchsia colours. Okay. So let's use our guillotine here, Ben. I'm just going to cut this. Let's do 6 by 6. Okay, doc? Now I want to do a 1-inch frame into the middle. So I want to have my frame that's 1 inch in depth all the way around, or 1 inch in thickness. I can't do that with a guillotine because all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut all the way through. As much as a guillotine is brilliant, you just can't do your apertures on its own. So this is where we're going to bring in the V-blade paper trimmer. Okay. Now, if you want to use the V-blade paper trimmer as just a trimmer, then you can absolutely do that. We do say that it's up to 12 inches. It's not. It's actually up to 14 inches. Oh. Right at the end. It's just over 14 inches. And we say 3 inches because there's your 3 inches. So it's actually 3 inches. I'm going to be honest with you, our descriptions are always a little bit deceiving when it comes to our paper trimmer. Okay. Because although it says 3 inches here, it's actually over 4 inches. And it says 12 inches, it's actually over 14 inches once you extend the arm. Now it does say 12 because that's taken into account top to bottom is 12 inches. So this is where there can be a little bit of confusion, but when we say 3 inches, it's just when the handle is closed, it actually extends all the way up to 12. So you've got 12 inches by 14 inches. Now you've got your inches, you've got your centimetres, and you've got them within the middle here, and as well as your actual handle, which if I bring this down, can you see on the guard, the hand guard, you've got all of your inches all the way down as well. So this is what's going to be that helping hand to create that framework. Now, the actual replacement blades, you can get more across on the website. These are exactly the same as the gold ones from your Violet Studio paper trimmer. Yeah. So if you want to use the Violet Studio trimmer in with this one, or use this one in with the Violet Studios, you can absolutely do that. But if you're just replacing them, there's a tiny little light notch at the base just here. So we've just slotted that one in. Now that channel there is where you've got that cutting channel. So if you do want to just come along here, Ben, let's use this other bit here. So let's say we're going to do, let's do 4 by 4. We can just go up to the 4 inches, which is here. So we're going to go up to the 4 inches. We're going to close. We're going to go up. We're going to turn that around. And then we're going to close and we're going to come back. I would get in the hang of cutting up and down, up and down. If you cut just in the one direction, you're going to blunt that side of the blade a lot quicker. So go all the way. Because it is, as we say, a V-blade paper trimmer. The actual blade is a V. Yeah. So if you cut upwards and downwards, you're going to get double the amount of cut. So try and get into that habit of cutting up and down. So let's move that out the way and let's take back this 6 by 6. Remember I was saying I want to do a 1-inch frame that you can't do with a guillotine. What we're going to do is we've got 1 inch here. We've got the 1 inch mark. So I'm going to move my cardstock up to that 1 inch point. What I'm then going to do is, following those inches down here, I'm going to bring my blade. Now, I'm not closing it at the moment. I'm putting my finger in just to stop. If I close this, then what's going to happen is I'm going to cut that card. So we're going to then come down. Now, what you're also going to get is you've got 2 lines at either side and 2 lines top and bottom. That gives you that central point as to where the blade is. So where you see there's a little embossed arrow on the top, underneath that is the precise point of that blade. So I'm going to come down. So where I've got that little line at the side, I'm going to match that up to the 1 inch mark here, Ben, and then I'm going to close it. Then I'm going to come down. Now this is 6 inches here. So remember how I was saying that I want it to be 1 inch all the way around? Minus that 1 inch is 5 inches. So I'm going to come down to the 5 inch. Yeah. So I'm matching up side by side to the 5 inch. I'm going to lift, I'm going to turn, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to come to the 1 inch. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to keep that lined up to the 5 inch, and I'm going to cut up. I'm then going to lift. I'm going to turn, and we're just repeating that each step of the way. Line that up with the 1 inch, come down to the 5 inch, lift, twist, and then we're going to go back up to that 1 inch again. We're going to line that up to the 5 inch, and then we're going to travel all the way up. You've then got your perfect 1 inch frame. So that could either be for gutting, or that could be, of course, for mats and layers. And then you can do that for any measurement. So, okay, I've done the 1 inch there, but if you wanted it to be 2 inch frame, just instead of putting your card up to the 1 inch, just turn it and follow the measurements that way. But this is where you can still use it for your card blanks, and you can use it to do your twisted easels. So let's go in with this luxury gold cardstock. I've just done fuchsia. Let's
sorry to interrupt you. Is it safe to say that? So if I'm like looking to get a trimmer, right, and I haven't got a guillotine or a paper trimmer, is it probably best then to dive in? I mean, you want a guillotine at some point. Is it best to dive in and get the paper trimmer first then, would you say?
Yes.
It is?
Yeah. Now, the blade within the paper trimmer are a consumable because over time they do blunt. If you can only go for one at the moment, go for a V-blade paper trimmer because you can do all your cuts, all your mats and layers and all your frameworks, whereas the guillotine, you can do all of that, you just can't cut into the middle. So if you can only go for one, go for the V-blade paper trimmer. Most paper crafters will tell you that's where they've started. By the way, I started with Fiska's paper trimmer, the orange handled one, and then over time went into a guillotine. So if you can go for both, great. I know we can't always do that. V-blade paper trimmer, start with that one, and then you can progress onto, of course, your guillotine.
Good to know.
But with your cardstock, it's 12 by 12, so let's go up to 6 inch here, Ben, and then let's cut. And then what we can then do is we can turn that around, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go up to the 6 inch mark, but instead, what we can then do is we can use that little guide as a way to score. So if I just take a scoring tool, so there's 6 inch, so up to the 6 inch, and where we've got that cutting guide, we can then just use that as a scoring guide. Now, I don't have a really thin ball tool here. Your thinner ball tool will be the best. There we go, that's fine. Your thinner ball tools are going to be the best one, but you can use that to score. Now we've got our perfect 6x6 gold card blank, could be any colour, I've just used gold. So you can then score with it as well by using that channel. But let's take that other bit here, and again, let's turn that to 6 inch, and I'm just going to turn that just to make sure that it's 6 inch exactly, which it is. And then when we go into our card blank, to do a twisted easel, Ben, what you're going to want to do is you want to go and score from the bottom left to the top right. Naturally, you want to go in that angle. You want to do it on the opposite. So you're wanting to go down from the base up to the top right. So again, if you've got a scoring board, then that's great. If not, don't worry, you can use your V-blade paper trimmer and that little channel guide. We're going to then score and move that out the way. We can fold that over. So we're now left with that sort of look of a 6x6 card with an angle from bottom left to top right. We're then going to come along with that other 6x6 that we've cut. Now this could be any size. And on this bottom part here, so on that bottom triangle, we're going to go and we're going to add our adhesive.
This is for you, Mandy.
It is indeed. And then I'm going to turn it that way because it's easier for me. We're going to line that straight over the top, and we're going to press that in. And then there we've got our twisted easel. So if I move that out the way here, so there's our 6x6 flat that you can see here. But then what we've got is we've got our twisted easel. You're going to have your stopper, but you can see there is your twisted easel effect. So whatever the size of your card, it works best for a square, whatever square size, but whatever size, I'm going to see if this is going to come off just for a moment. No, it's not. So, which obviously it won't because it's a tape runner. But what I want to do is when you come to score it, make sure you're scoring from bottom left to top right. Score that, and then your tape goes on that bottom triangle. Layer your card, same size card, over the top, which then gives you your twisted easel. You can see there, in there. And that cut and that score, and then also even our little frame that we can see here, has all been done with your paper trimmer.
How's that for you, Mandy? How is that for service? You wouldn't get that anywhere else, would you not, on a channel like this? That's why you love us, and that's why he's brilliant. As I say, sing this guy's praises. He's brilliant at winging it, as we call it, doing it on the hoof. So if there's anything else that you want to see, you want to ask Craig, please do it, because if he can, he will, we will. That's what we're here for. I know there was a comment a little bit earlier, I think it was from you, Dawn, wasn't it, about the gilding flakes. So we're going to show you that because we've got some adhesive bundles on the show for you and those refillable tape pens as well. Thank you, Kendall, who says the tags I bought from yesterday are showing that they are on their way. Sharon McGee, yes is the answer to your question. You can use the NCM paper code more than once. You can, it's multi-use, but you need to use it as many times as you want before end of play on Sunday. That's when that code will expire. Lots of love coming through. Mandy says, thank you, Craig. I've totally got it now. I've totally got it. So
Brilliant,
that's good news.
excellent.
Karen says, love my paper trimmer. Also, it's lightweight and I take it to my crops. It's great for gutting papers also. Stephanie says, I really love the trimmer. And Wanda Sexton, hello Wanda, says, I love this paper trimmer. Mine hangs right next to. I love the fact I can hang it up and the extension arm is awesome. I use it for almost all my cutting and it's also safer, you say. Fabulous demo, Craig, says Stephanie. Great show so far. I love these shows when you guys ask for the requests and the questions. Keep them coming in. Anything you want to ask, please do. That's what we're here for. That's what masterclasses are all about. I'm going to give you the opportunity now to have a bit of a break and get your baskets checked out. So if you've got any items in those baskets, get them checked out and we'll see you the other side of this where we learn a little bit more about the fantastically talented Sheena Douglas.
My dad was a printer, which was the old, you know, the old letter set printer, the type, the old printer's type. So he used to bring home offcuts of card. And so I always had paper and card around me from as long as I can remember. He would donate bits of offcuts to the school I went to, and so it was always accessible. My mum and dad bought me colouring products, art products, and good quality art products, like adult quality art products. So I found I could draw from a really early age. So really between that and crafting, it's just been punctuating all through my life. I think you can get inspiration from anywhere. It's hard, there's never one source. It's from anywhere. It could be a crafting person, it could be a non-crafting person. It inspires me in different aspects. It could be art, inspiration from artists, inspiration from crafters, or inspiration on just inspiring people. It's all about the viewers. If it wasn't for the viewers, then there is no purpose in what. What am I doing it for? It's not about me, what I can do, it's about what I can inspire the viewers to do. And if I'm not inspiring them, then I'm not doing my job. So it's all about the viewers, and it's all and keeping them interested, fired up to give new things a try. And mostly any blocks, anything that holds someone back is more confidence than ability. That's what I've found. So if I can inspire people and give them that little bit of confidence to give them the nudge, fantastic. I think the biggest achievement is keep doing what I'm doing for so long now. I remember, when I first started, everything's new. It can just, maybe the enthusiasm and the love for what you do might wane. But it hasn't. Here I am, as I said, 18 years further down the line, professionally crafting. And I think that's my greatest achievement, is that I'm still loving it, doing it, enjoying it. And the feedback's been incredible from the crafters, and that's what I'm doing it for. So that, I think, is my greatest achievement, and the feedback I'm still getting. Not many people know this, but I'm going to share this now. Is when I lived in America and I was 19, my eyelashes turned white. So this is still my hair colour. Oh, I'm getting on a bit now, but it's just my natural hair colour, dark hair colour, white eyelashes. I look like, the John Wyndham, the Midwich Cuckoos. I look like one of those little alien people with me if I don't wear mascara. Underneath this, lily white eyelashes. Go figure. I did worry for a while I was going to turn white, emanate now from my eyes, which would have looked very strange to try and disguise for a bit.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for checking out your baskets. Glad you're enjoying the show. Keep the comments coming through. Great way to spend your Friday morning or afternoon or evening. We're loving your company. Teresa Campbell says hello from Illinois. Hello, Illinois. And Michael Adams says hello to the bingo guys. What a hilarious show. Thank you, Michael. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And thank you for your voice note that you sent me earlier. Great to hear from you and glad that you've loved the show. And thank you to everyone, actually, who sent in their messages about that show. We had an absolute blast, didn't we, last night? Last night, we were sweating buckets running around.
We were. I said on an Insta story today, I think I must have been about a month's worth of energy within those two shows yesterday. Yeah. Running about, darting about, jumping about. But you loved it. You loved it, which was the main thing.
Yeah, there shall be more in the future. Don't you worry about that. We'll be doing more of something similar later down the line. But thank you for all the positive feedback. Loved it. Right, I will show you our next deal, which is the glue tape pens, the refill tape pens here. You've got obviously over that side of you. So do you want me to let you show?
What's it? These? I thought we were doing original ones.
Oh no.
Oh,
you can.
What one would you like me to do the demo, Johnny, when it comes to the... I've got one of each. Yeah, I've got the new one with the Gildan Flakes.
Yeah.
Okay, doc.
All right, so the new ones, I say new, we launched these, didn't we, at birthday. So there's nothing different with these as far as what you're going to get, as far as the glue's concerned to the old ones. The only difference is, I said the only difference, the differences are, and I won't disturb this one too much because I think this is the one that Craig shouldn't have opened the other day. So I won't mess about with these too much, but look, what you're going to get, this is the big bumper box, right? And the difference here is you get the tape pens, which are refillable. So the pink ones here, so it's quite nice now because the pink ones, are your standard tape pens. The purple ones, are your dotty tape pens. And what you get when you buy this box is you get, if you like, one complete dotty and one complete tape pen, and then you've got your 5 refills to attach to those, because no longer do you need to kind of get these and then chuck them away. No, you've got the refills to pop onto those once they run out. And actually, it's just worth having a look at the sort of different look of these. Much more ergonomic design, I think. They fit in your hand really, really nicely. And instead of having a lid, again, I suppose being a little bit more environmentally friendly. You've got a little tab here which you can pull down, and that's going to expose the tape so you can then lay it down and away you go. When you're done, you can simply pop that back in place. You get all of the replacement cartridges as well, so once that does run out, and Craig will show you in just a second, you're simply going to pop the top off, open it up, and then you can pop your replacement cartridge in place. The other thing to say about those as well is that you have got a lot more of your tape on these. I always have to remind myself about this, but it's 30 meters this time around of your extra strong tape or your glue dots, whereas previously it was 22 meters on the old ones. So really great value for money. I know now as well, we obviously do the smaller boxes where you can buy the 2 and you can buy the cartridges on their own, but this is a great way to stock up on the lot, and it's at a great price today as well, actually, with a 10% saving, $35.99 or $50.39. Let's have a look at these with Craig, because you're going to use these in your next demo, because earlier on we had a message from Dawn, wasn't it, who was asking how to lay down gilding flakes, and you can use these to do that, can't you?
Absolutely, yeah, both these and the dotty tape runner, you can be using them. So I'll show you 2 ways just in a moment, but if we take our, let's take a bit of cardstock. So I'm just going to take the white, and I've just got a couple of our Gildan Flakes. Let's use the blue ones here. So you can use your tape runner. So if you want to do your faux mats and layers, with your tape runner, you can absolutely do that. You can just lay down your adhesive, and then what you can do in a moment is then you can then start to then just spread over your Gildan flakes. Now, I'm not going to do it onto those strips here. I'm going to do it onto a couple of different strips, because what I wanted to show you as well, let me just trim away this excess with my paper trimmer. So if I then just extend the arm here, and I'm just going to cut that to, what have we got? Well, that's pretty much at 6 inch. So let's do 6 by 6. No rhyme, no reason why most things tonight so far have been 6 by 6. It just so happens that's been kind of like the near measurement that I've been at. So let's take our, I'm going to take my ruler here, Ben. Now, you could have taken the middle ruler, the metal ruler from the actual adhesive kit, tool kit. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... It's getting that way, yeah. I'm already thinking about that gin that's just sitting there in the kitchen ready for when I get in. So what we're going to do is we're going to then take our tape runner here, and what we can do is we can then just run our tape runner all the way down. So this is then going to give us our straight edge all the way round. So if you don't have lots of metallic cardstock or mirror cardstock, what you can do is you can start to use your tape runners and even with your rulers just to create your mats and layers. So if we then just keep lifting, of course don't press your ruler too hard down on the areas that you have already popped your tape down, but use the ruler as that straight guide, lift in, come round, and then what we can do is then we can then just finish that off. So doing your mats and layers, or it could just be continuous strips as a design. Yeah. So we're just going to take that off. Let's bring in another just little bit of scrap cardstock, and then let's go in with our Gildan flakes here. So if I take my lid off here, now when it comes to Gildan flakes, oh, I know I say this all the time, but please, please, please make sure that you've got an inexpensive food container or an old takeaway container that's thoroughly washed out, there's no fat or that in it left, and then decant all of the flakes into that. Because if you empty all this out, there is absolutely no way on God's green earth you're going to get them all back in. Right, because they expand. They expand so, so much. So I'm only just taking a little bit at home where I have all the colour in my containers. What I would just do is dip the edges of my cardstock into the container for it to then pick up the flakes, and then all that we need to then do is just take all of these. I've got my little sponge here from our toolkit. Yep. If you don't, the sticky glue toolkit. If you don't have an adhesive toolkit where you've got the sticky glue and the dry ink pad, you can just use the backing of our blending tools. Okay. I would recommend these. These are better because these are a lot more firmer and also a lot more smoother. I'm just going to go in, I'm just taking some of that excess because my tape runner quite hasn't gone to the edge, so we can still go back over the top, and then we can then apply the flakes that we need.
A lot of people enjoying the tip of using the ruler with the tape pen. Again, so simple, but
so simple.
Which people haven't thought of to do.
Yeah, just use your tape runner. I'm going to work my way around here. Now, of course, I'm against the time. You can make sure your ruler is a little bit straighter than mine, but it just goes to show if you don't have luxury cardstock, or maybe you do, but you're just wanting to use your Gildan flakes up, then what you can do is you can then start to use all of your flakes, all of your tools. It could be, of course, your double-sided adhesive sheets. So if I take that one, so that is, as I say, 6 by 6. Let's take my white cardstock here. Let's cut that to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 here. Move that out the way. What we've then got that you can see here is you've got your perfect mat and layer with your blue Gildan flakes all the way around. Yep. So you don't see any of that join within the middle just here. So let's add that in, take that in, lift that up, and it's a nice way, an inexpensive way to do your foiled mats and layers. So again, if we work our way round, take all of that off just here, and that is using your ruler. You could use it from your toolkit to give you your mats and layers that you can see there. The other thing that you can do as well, Ben, and I do believe that these are still in stock, these are your double-sided adhesive sheets.
Okay, yeah.
Check them ones out. We've also got a die bundle that has the word party in the bundle. So that has kind of like the pride and joy. Is it the pride and joy? No, the celebrate with love, the bless stamp and die. It's that bundle on Shop the Day that we've got. And what you can then do is, I'm just cutting my self-adhesive sheets here. Let's take the word party here. Let's take our white cardstock.
Okay.
And I'm just going to put my double-sided adhesive sheet. So let's cut that down. So where did I cut that to? So that was roughly 3 by 4.5. So if I do 3 by 4.5.
I love, sorry, I'm interrupting. I love shows like this because we're getting comments come through. So Hillary's just commented. I know we're doing this for Dawn, but Hillary just says, this show is great because I've been so scared, or I've been a bit scared, she says, of using gilding flakes. So isn't it great that we can kind of hopefully dispel those myths and show people that they're easy to use, nothing to be scared of?
No, don't be scared whatsoever. Just have a good play.
Yeah.
Now this time what I've got is I've got my cardstock on that side.
Yep.
And then that side there, it's got my double-sided adhesive backing. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our die. Now this could be our sentiment die, this could be an image die, this could be any die that you want. We're going to pop that into place. I'm going to use my low-tack tape. What I would say is just be careful though, because it's your low-tack tape against a plastic backing.
Okay.
So there's a chance that it'll still move if you don't stick it down to your metal shim. Because it is your cardstock, it's your adhesive sheet and it's your adhesive backing, add in your metal shim to cut through. Frosted, magnetic and then top plate. So we're going to do that full plate configuration and then we're going to run that one through. So that die, whatever die it is that you're using, is then going to cut through all of those layers. We're going to take these out here.
Yeah.
Let's take all of that out. We can then pop all of these bits. Let's take our pokey tool.
Oh, yeah.
From our toolkit here, Ben. And I'm going to then pop that out and take that out and carefully prise that out and pop that out. We're going to let's bring in our card once again. Let's peel the backing off. So get to a point where you can peel the backing.
Yeah.
So work your way around, have a look, get in with your finger, or if you need to go in with your pokey tool just to prise it apart. Just prise that apart, pull that away till you've got all of that backing off. And then we can then take that off and that off. I'm going to carefully press that down with my fingers. Keeping in mind, this is now completely sticky. We're going to go back in with our flakes and let's just dab it. And this is where, once again, a little food container or takeaway container would be your best friend, because I would just dip that in, Ben, and then start to take all this excess off. So if I take all of that off for now, and then I'm going to, you obviously won't need to do this at home, but just to make it easier for you to see, move that out the way. I'll put that away just shortly. And then we're going to work our way, hold it down with your little sponge. We're just then going to carefully hold, press down, and then you're going to take just a short amount of time by holding, and then you're just going to brush off all of that extra flake from the actual sentiment or the die cut that you've got. And then if we work our way in, and then obviously you would spend a lot more time than me, Ben, but we just take that last little bit off. You get any little refined detail, but then there is our sentiment, or as I say, whatever it is. It could be a create a card die, it could be an outline die, it could be a matte and Laird die. So that's your self-adhesive sheets, but then you can also take your tape runner with your ruler and then work your way around with all your cardstock. And by doing that, you maybe wouldn't necessarily do mirror card on top of mirror card. Why not take, you know, a gold mirror card, and then you're just using your flakes then to create that mirror, matte and layer.
Just brilliant. Another great demonstration as well. Beverly Bryant just saying, late to the party. I cannot imagine what Craig has been doing, looking at his craft mat. I know he's getting messy over there, but we're having fun. We're taking requests tonight as well, which we'll chat more about in the second hour. And we've got some questions coming up as well, which we'll tackle in just a few moments' time. If you want to add yours to the pile of questions, to the pile of requests that we've got, feel free. Well, I say pile, there's plenty of time in the next hour for you to chat with us and get your requests in. Rhonda says you could also do that edging with your Spectra Noir metallic markers. Yeah, again, as you know, we've demonstrated here, it's a great idea to save on your sort of mirror and your sparkly cardstock. Looks like a map. Suggestion though, again, use a ruler. A lot of people saying how great that tip is of using the ruler with your tape pen. Really, really cool idea. Lynn Morton just saying, what a beautiful colour, that blue. And Zip saying, that is brilliant. I'll have to use that tape runner idea. Thank you, Craig. And thank you everyone for the questions. We will tackle them in just a few moments. If you want to get the tape runners though, if you want to stock up and go big, this is the way to go, because you're going to get your box of 12 here. And like I've said, you get 6 of the dotty tape pens, 6 of your standard tape pens, but what you get is it's like 1 whole tape pen and then 5 of the replacement cartridges for you as well. So once that tape pen has run out, you're simply parting it open and popping that new roll on. It's the same tape, it's the same dotty tape that you've been used to before, but of course you're getting slightly more. And they're a really, really lovely style to hold as well. And as Mary describes, because I was thinking of people perhaps who've got certain dexterity issues, these might be easier to hold. Mary says, these tape pens are fab. I work with adults with disabilities and they're loving the easier size when working hand over hand. So that's great to know. Sarah Muir joins us saying, good evening everyone. Ben and Craig, and Christina Sayre says, I have dies like this with a shadow layer. I think I'm going to be using my gilding flakes on my father-in-law's 80th birthday card. Thank you for all the chat, everybody. It's been a fantastic hour so far. As I've said, as we go into the second hour of the show in just a few moments' time, keep the comments coming in, because that's what these masterclasses are all about. I think more than any show, really, giving you the opportunity to get in touch, ask your questions, say hello, and ask for your requests as well, because we've got one of the best in the business in the building. So if you want to see something, if we can do it for you, we certainly will. Welcome. If you have just joined us, it is Friday night, just gone 6 here in the UK. What are we, 1 p.m. Eastern, we're midday Central, 10 a.m. Pacific, wherever you are around the world, you are very welcome to us here on Crafters TV. We love having your company. It's our final live hour of the week. Just as a heads up, if you're looking for more crafty fun across the weekend, shameless plug, 7:30 tonight, so half hour after the show, over on my Facebook page, you'll be able to watch my brand new Moseby's Makes, which I'm looking forward to bringing to you with the Topper sentiment pad. And then on Sunday, look out on my Facebook page. You guys loved the last craft story we did, and we've just recorded another one of those with Craig or Bagel. It's definitely going to be part 1 of probably many, because I feel like everything we chatted about, we hardly got anywhere. So make sure you tune into that. I'll give you all the details over the weekend, and I'm sure Craig will get in, put all the details on his socials too. We're going to come into some vellum. We've got quite a few questions, Johnny. So do we want to ask the questions? Okay, let's do the questions. The man here answered. You could have put your deodorant on before the show. Listen to him. Just wait till he's finished. He's very... he's not. He's just cleaning up. Craig is here, obviously. You made a bit of a mess in the last hour, didn't you?
I did, but easily cleaned up.
Yeah.
Easily cleaned up.
Yep. Whilst you're cleaning, are you happy to take some questions?
Yeah, go for it.
Christine is asking, what is the best weight to make envelopes with?
Best weight, really, really good one. Straight weight, I would go straight in and say is round about a 160.
Yeah.
Give or take. You can do lighter, and you can. Actually, I was waiting to say you can do heavier. You can. I would steer away from that, because the heavier the cardstock, the heavier the weight of cardstock, then of course it's not going to be as flexible to then of course start to fold and then create that envelope. Plus it adds weight to your card and then the envelope as well. So I would say round about a 160. You can do lighter. Lighter is very forgiving, I suppose. It just depends on if you're decorating it. But I would say 160.
You mentioned gin earlier on. Dawn's wanting to know favourite gin.
My favourite gin is Bombay Sapphire.
There you go. Dawn's favourite, Bombay Sapphire.
One.
We'll have to get together.
Hit the town, Dawn.
Have a few gins together. Other questions, there was just one back up here. Where was it? Janice, we're going to come on to your question about vellum in a second because we've got a vellum stack for you here. Question from Lynn. It says, Craig, what is the best glue to use with shiny card? I made a pop-up box and when I got up, all the layers had fallen off. I used the Wild at Heart collection. So if you're using like a mirror card, what are we going for there? So
Mirror card, you're going to want to use your tacky glue.
Yeah.
So your tacky glue is for your mirror cardstock. So mirror cardstock is going to be the good one for, of course, your card. So any card that has got a coating, so your mirror card, your satin card, your glitter card, your Centura Pearl, anything that's got a coating, you want to then use your tacky glue. That also goes, not just ours, that goes for, you know, Hunky Dory, Adorable Scoreable, Mirror card, anything with a coating, you want to use your tacky glue. If you were to use your all-purpose on a coated card, what it's going to do is it's essentially going to then strip away that layer, so the layers will fall off.
Right.
So your all-purpose glue you want to use on a non-coated card.
Okay.
So your linen cardstock, your matte cardstock, your pattern paper, you're going to want to use your all-purpose glue for that cardstock. I don't want to confuse and I don't want to contradict, but what I would say is, yes, you want to use that one for your linen cardstock, your uncoated cardstock, your pattern papers, etc., etc. You can also use your tacky glue, because I use my tacky glue a lot for an uncoated card.
Don't use that one on the shiny.
Don't use that one, the all-purpose, on your shiny or coated cardstock, because the layers will then just fall apart.
Okay. If you, by the way, you can get the tacky glue on the website, and if you want a bottle of the all-purpose, we've got an adhesive bundle on the show tonight, which includes other bits and pieces as far as adhesives are concerned. So many questions now. Just very quickly, you know, you were using the little sponge earlier on when you were using your gilding flakes. Dawn's just asking. She's got that kit, the gilding flakes kit. She's saying, what's the little dry stamp for in there?
Right here. So
get with it?
Funny enough, that's where I got the sponge for. What I would say, if you've got that kit, cut them in half, because you don't need a whole one for an individual tub of glitter. You can just chop that in half. So that dry ink pad, in your kit, you will also have a liquid glue bottle, a stay sticky glue bottle. So what you're going to do is you're going to decant some of that glue onto that dry ink pad, and that then sticky ink pad now becomes an ink pad to ink up your stamps, press that stamp into your cardstock, and then the outline of that stamp design is now going to be sticky with that glue, and then let that go tacky for a couple of minutes and then sprinkle your flakes over the top. Again, if you go onto YouTube, just type that in, you will find lots of tutorials there that we've done.
Two more quick questions and then we'll do the vellum. Can you, Craig, you know the tape pens we've got? Can you show Kendall how just to open up one of the new tape pens? She's just saying, can Craig show me how to open up the tape runner? She's not quite sure.
Right, so all that you're going to do, so whether it's the red or whether it's the purple, which is the dotty one, your clear backing case, you're just going to take that off.
Okay.
And then you're going to then just prise that apart.
Yeah.
Then that one where you've got the white head there, you're going to dispose of that.
Okay.
You're going to take in your new one.
Yep.
And then you're just going to sit that and clip that in and then put that back on. And that works exactly the same for your dotty purple one.
Thank you. And final question before we get onto the question about the vellum. Kendall's just asking, this is a good question. When is it good to use your craft mat, says Kendall?
The self-healing mat? Personal preference.
Yeah.
Personal preference. I don't use a self-healing mat a lot because I feel more comfortable using my glass mat. Again, it all depends on the cut of the craft knife. If you want that glide, the best one to use is a glass mat. If you want to have that, that control where your craft knife goes into your craft mat, so essentially you're getting a bit of a drag, Ben, because the point of your craft mat is going inside, the craft mat is hugging your blade, and then you've got more control of a straight line. So if you want more of a control of a straight line, use your self-healing mat. If you want more of that flexible glide, go onto your craft mat. Either than that, it is personal preference.
Excellent stuff. Janice, we're going to get onto your question because you're asking about vellums, and the good thing is we've got a nice vellum bundle on the show for you. So let me show you that, and then we'll get to Craig, because basically your question is, can you just talk about vellum, please, Craig? Because I've got some, but I don't know what to do with it. So we'll get some ideas off Craig in just a second. If you haven't got any vellum, this is a great bundle to go for. It's a 4-piece collection, 96 sheets of vellum, 24 paper inserts included as well. It's a great buy at £24 or $32 if you're platinum. This is the one where you've got a bit of a mix and match, 48 sheets of your luxury inserts. So you're going to get 24 sheets of the papers and then 24 sheets of the vellum too. This is really beautiful because you've got all of these stunning, delicate vellum pieces with the foiling on as well. And of course, then you can, pop these into your cards. You can stamp onto them, pop your own sentiments onto them as well. I know Craig is a big fan of using these as kind of outserts as well, if you like. You can use these on the front of your projects too, but it's beautiful that you've got a collection of your gorgeous vellums in there, beautifully foiled. And then at the front of the pad, you've got those delicate foil details on your paper as well. And we were chatting about the this pad yesterday, just saying it's absolutely beautiful, particularly if you're looking maybe for stationery for weddings, invitations, those kind of things. This pad is really, really going to come into its own. So 24 sheets of it on the paper, and then you've got the vellum there too. You've also got the vellum stack from the Floral Elegance collection. This one, I've got to tell you, one of my favourite vellums that we've done, for the fact that you've got all those beautiful florals on there, but then you've also got that really delicate rose gold foiling too. It's beautiful. And again, it's something that we come across quite a lot, actually, and I'm glad that Janice has asked the question, because yeah, you can get a bit confused with vellum, and I don't think you need to, as Craig, I know, will have lots of ideas up with Steve in just a second. But you're going to get the Floral Elegance. You're also going to get your Kingfisher collection. Again, all of these beautiful papers, 24 sheets. You've got the 6 designs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 designs, 4 of each. And then you've got your fabulous fuchsia as well. So if you've picked up the main collection of cardstock and paper that we've got on this show, you can match that up with your vellum, your linen cardstock that you've got from the fabulous fuchsia collection. But this one's really cute, actually, for the fact that you've got 4 sheets or 4 different designs of the fabulous fuchsia here. But then you're also going to get 8 sheets of your block colours too, which makes it, I think, a very, very versatile pad. So all of that you're going to get for £24 or $32. But let's get into this. The questions are flying in. This is brilliant. I love it. But let's talk to Craig. So Janice, and I'm sure she's not alone, Craig, is a bit confused with vellum. How and where and when do we use our vellum?
Right, so you can use vellum is a really good substitute for pattern paper.
Okay.
So I don't have any vellum this side, Ben. So could you bring some of yours across? Let's have a little look.
What do you fancy?
And see what we could go for.
That one's open.
Well, let's do that one. If it's open, let's do the fabulous fuchsia here, Ben. Let's use that one. We've got some beautiful ones here. So if we were to take, I'm just going to reach over and get some cardstock here. So let's go back to our paper trimmer once again. So let's bring our trimmer in. Let's move that out the way. Let's put our card to, let's do 10-inch by 5-inch. So 10-inch by 5.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come in with my scoring tool again. Let's put that up to 5-inch, and then we can then do our score line. Now again, if you are going to be doing what I'm doing here, using the actual indent for your V-blade paper trimmer, try and use your really, really thin ball tool that you've got. We've only got one at the moment, but if you use your really thin one, that's going to be the best one. And then there we go. I've got my little 5x5 card blanks, just 5x5 because of the size of the A4 card. But you can then simply take your vellum. So this is what I mean by you can use it as a substitute. So instead of pattern paper, vellum is a lovely one to be using instead. So if that was 5x5, let's do 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. So even if you were to simply come along here and then mat that onto your cardstock, there is your matting layer. So I personally would use a couple of little dots of tacky glue.
Yep.
You can use your tape runner like you can see here because the quality is incredible that you don't see the adhesive. Now, my personal preference is when using vellum, I won't attach it all the way around. I'll do exactly what I've just done there a moment ago, Ben, and put a couple of dots of glue or adhesive in the corners.
Okay.
Because I like that little bit more of that free-flowing motion inside. Just let the vellum do its natural thing of having that flow and having that translucent detail. So there, can you imagine that with a little sentiment, a little icon, a little topper? That's all that you need to do for something like that. Alternatively, what we can do is let's do that once again. So let's do 5 by 10 and score that in half at the 5-inch mark. So these are good for doing wraps. You can do wraps around your cards or invites. If you do candles or make waxes or anything like that, you want to do like a belly band wrap all the way around, use your vellum for that one. Let's take another sheet here. Now for that one, it's 5-inch, so I'm going to need one that's just over the length of 10-inch, and the vellum is 8-inch. So if we take, let's cut it at let's do 2-inch. Let's cut it at 2-inch, and I'm going to do 2. So that's 2 strips at 2-inch. And then we can then come along. If I use my tape again on 1, I'm going to use my glass mat to kind of help line up and then press in. So if we press that in to here, let's get that going. I missed the top just there. Press that, hold that in, and then we can then start to use these as a way to do like some wraps. So if I put that to the back, and then roughly align it up like so. So if we come in, fold over roughly here. What I'm then doing is, if I take my, actually let's just use my guillotine here because I don't need all of that excess. So I'm just going to trim. So where I've got my fold, let's come in maybe just round about 1 inch. I'm going to do the same within this one just here. Put that one into there, just a little bit. Trim that a little bit. Hold that in. And then if we bring our card back in.
Nice one.
Tuck that around. We could add our strip onto here once again. Press that in. Again, you could have a die-cut circle in there if you wanted it to be, and then that's your wrap or your belly band, as that we like to call it, that you can then just wrap it around if you want to. The other thing, I'm just wanting to check for sizes. Right, let's have a look here. So 8-inch by 8-inch. Let's say the maximum centimetres is 20 centimetres. So if I was to do, right here, so let's take another one, another sheet, and let's cut this one to 12 centimetres by 12 centimetres. So we're going to go into here, and we're going to use our Ultimate Pro here, Ben, and let's do a little ATC envelope. So 12 centimetres by 12 centimetres. Let's just make sure. 12 centimetres by 12 centimetres. Let's go in with our Ultimate Pro, and let's go into our envelope maker. There we go, right side, Craig. So we're bringing that in here. So if I was to have a look at my ATC, cut it to 12 by 12, and I'm going to use A and B. So let's pop that in, and then let's score at A, and then let's score at A. Turn that around, and then I'm actually we're going to go, there we go, it's up one. We're going to go into that top notch. So into A. And then just so I don't forget what line I need to fold, let's just fold that one. And then let's just fold that one. We're going to go back in. And then this time we're going to go in at B. And then we're going to go in at B. So if you're going to gift some handmade flowers, some flowers.
Yeah.
And instead of using the little card and envelope that you get with it, if you do something with your vellum. Now, 8 by 8 vellum, of course, you're a little bit restricted because of the size of the vellum. You know, you need to do the envelope that's within that 8 by 8 size. But let's pop that in, let's fold that in, let's then lock that over. I would use my tacky glue or red liner tape because it's just a little bit too thick, but it's letting you see how you can then come along. Let's just add our tape underneath into here. Let's just fold that into the right line, add that in, going to cross that one over into here. Again, you're going to spend more time than me, but then you can start to do
really cute.
your little diddy envelope. So whatever size envelope, as long as this measurements fit within that 8 by 8 scope. Of course, if you've got 12 by 12 vellum, then of course you can do your larger envelopes. So your little envelopes, use it as a way to do your mats and layers, or you can then come along and use them to do your belly bands as well. And let's not forget with this one, and if I just very, very quickly do this, let's take one more. So if I cut this to 4 3/4 by 4 3/4.
Okay.
Another way that's good to use your vellum here, Ben, is a way to do your mats and layers.
Yeah.
But a nice way is to rip and tear.
Oh, of course.
Because you get that white edge. So that
really all
could then go right into the middle, just here. And then your sentiment or your topper. So you've got your banner there that you have potentially torn. You've got your mat and layer as a substitute to your pattern paper. You've got your belly band that you can see here. And then you've got your little envelopes. Depending on the size of the envelope and the size of your vellum that you're using, you've got a few different ways there as well.
Hopefully, Janice, that has allayed your fears and kind of given you loads of ideas of things you can do with vellum. Just a couple of questions which we'll tackle before we have a look at the paper pads I want to show you. A few comments first as well. Sarah Muir says, that dotty date pen is great for sticking down vellum. I discovered it by accident the other day. You can't really see the glue underneath it. Dawn says, I've loved today's show. I've learned so much. I'm dedicated to Crafter's Companion items and shows you deliver within 2 days. If I had it delivered home, it would have taken a week, says Dawn. Dawn also says, Ben, I'm not ignoring you, but you're looking cute today as well. You, stop it. Just because you can love him without loving me, it's fine. Carol says, hello, Craig and Ben and crew from Dublin, Ireland.
Hi.
The show's a bit of a slower pace today. Everyone was incredible yesterday evening. Well, thank you, Carol. It's very kind of you to say we loved it, we enjoyed it. If that was your first show tuning in, you think, they're bonkers on this channel. We don't do it at that pace every day. Once every 6 weeks, maybe. That's probably enough. Vellum can be fun to play with, says Kim. And Janice says, wow, that is fantastic. Yes, Janice, I love it. You're still watching. He was asked the question about the vellum. Says, that is fantastic. Thank you so much, Janice. You're more than welcome. Just another quick question about vellum, Craig, and then one more after that. Beverly's saying, if she wants to ink onto vellum, what's the best ink to use for vellum?
So inking wise, I wouldn't necessarily go in with something like a water reactive or that because it's a coating, so it's just going to then wipe off. If you're going to go on with something like a pigment where you would want to stamp onto it, ideally what you're going to have to do is you're going to do your heat embossing. You do get ink pads out there like a StazOn that you can stamp onto a surface such as vellum or acetate or a plastic where you stamp and it gives you that instant stick. We don't do anything like that at Crafter's Companion. companion. Hopefully we will do maybe one day soon, but as it stands at the moment, we don't. So if you want to then stamp or ink onto vellum or acetate or Centura Pearl, something like that, you're going to have to go over with an embossing powder afterwards just to heat set it.
And one more question from Beverly before we move on. Reusing a knife on your glass mat, which she's saying, would it mark the glass mat? And if it did, would that matter?
So not a craft glass mat.
No.
No, it's a really good question. Potentially for a kitchen glass mat, because it's actually a different glass material that's inside a chopping board glass mat. It's the same idea, but the actual substance inside a kitchen glass mat is slightly different. So it could, because if you know, I've had past glass mats that after chopping, you get some marks within the glass mat for a kitchen, not a craft one. As long as it's a craft one, our ones are non-shatter as well. So can I just make that clear? It will break if you drop it. It just won't shatter into a million pieces. So please don't go along and just go, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. Craig said it won't shatter. It will break. It just won't shatter into a million pieces. But no, with a craft knife, you can cut and cut and cut and cut and cut. You will not get any grooves. You'll not get any indentations into a glass mat.
Excellent. Thank you, Craig. Thanks, everyone, for the questions. Do you know what? I'm enjoying this show in as much as last night, but in a very different way. I'm really enjoying it. It's because of you guys with the interaction. And as I say, take advantage of the guy whilst he's here and ask the questions. Get the requests in. Please, please, please use our guys because they are fountains of knowledge. Linda just says, you can make lanterns and use vellum in the window. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And Kim says, I use vellum behind the cut and emboss folders to accent the matching papers.
Do you know what they're also good for as well? You are familiar with what's coming next week, and that's the illusion film.
Yeah.
Well, instead of using the illusion film, what about using vellum behind all of these dies that you've got?
Hey, the illusion film as well, by the way, Monday.
Wow.
You need to be here for that.
Yeah.
It's going to be big.
And then watch me on Hobby Maker on the Tuesday.
But don't forget to watch us on the Tuesday as well, because we've got launches every day next week as well.
I know, I'm so jealous. I've not got one Crafters TV launch.
Ah.
They're all down at Hobby Maker. Yeah.
We had one yesterday.
Yeah, technically I did, didn't
Well,
I?
no, definitely you did. We had the tags. But yeah. I'm going to miss you next week, but then at the same token, I've got McGiggles back in. So,
you've got her back in.
Into everyone. I mean, that would be a show. We said that last night. Can you imagine the show where it's Craig, Debbie, and me in the studio?
Could you imagine?
That would be bonkers.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Johnny, he said you would get a word in with the two Debbies. Me and you would just be sat down there, but we'd be twiddling our thumbs probably.
Yeah.
One final question, and then we'll show these and then go to the break. Just on the vellum, Sarah says, would acrylic pens such as metallics or art liners work on vellum?
Yes, that would look really nice. So maybe even the fine one and put little fine accent details in there, yeah? You might need to let it dry just for a few moments or two, but yeah, you can do. That's a good idea. Oh, the brand new blush metallic marker.
Thank you for answering my question, says Beverly. And Linda says, I got my film set yesterday, very pretty, and can't wait to try it. Very quickly, I was supposed to show you this about 10 minutes ago, but we've been answering your questions, and that's what we're here for. The 12x12 paper pad. A lot of these were in the Paper Palace yesterday on Cartload, so what we've done is we've bundled the 5. Don't laugh at my Paper Palace, Johnny. It was a palace. Craig wasn't that impressed with the palace, but we spent a lot of time building it on that wall over there. But these were, in my eyes, 5 of the best pads that we had left from the Paper Palace because we did have sellouts. So what we've done is we have bundled them all together for you into this fantastic set. This is the Beautiful collection. It's a stunner. You guys have loved this. This is the reason why these pads came back, of course, because a lot of people were saying, I know you're not supposed to bring back Sarah Siggs or Nature's Gardens, but we did. We brought back some of the most popular, and this was, in Leanne's words, the one which everybody was asking for, and you can see why. It's a real kind of different take away from things like butterflies and flowers, because you've got so many beautiful designs in here. You've got loads of pattern papers in there too, and the option to create your smaller cards as well. So plenty of snippability inside that pad. 48 double-sided sheets. That's in the bundle. The Cosmic collection, the beautiful Cosmic collection on this pearl paper. I mean, it is my favourite pad of the year. It's just insane, isn't it? And again, if you're wanting to get completely away from your flowers and your butterflies, this is incredible. As Leanne mentioned when we launched this, always sticks in my mind. If you're thinking, how on earth did we, create these beautiful papers?
She went to space.
Yes, That's really tickled me. She went to the sword shop, didn't she, for the guillotine?
Yep.
Here, she
went
got
to
a
space.
rocket, didn't she?
She did, yeah. She
Took a
went on
camera.
rocket. Yeah. Yeah. Leanne just floating away in space. They are just trying to take her photo.
This is ground control to Leanne. That is brilliant. Yeah, Leanne got into a rocket, took the pictures, came back, we made the pad, added a little bit of titivation, and that's how we got the pad. Don't say that we don't go to great lengths for you to bring amazing collections. That is really funny. All I can picture now is Leanne floating around in space. with her hair. Oh dear, that is funny. Delightful daisies. Come on, Ben. We need to move on here. Again, you know how much I love this pad. Love the daisies. Love the reverse sides here as well, because it's the background of the A sides, and you've got beautiful like wood panel effects in here too, which I just think makes it a really, really versatile pad. For people who are big on their flowers, and then for people perhaps who aren't so much, you've got the best of both worlds there. Sunflower, again, just a really, really joyous pad this. I think one of the happiest floral pads that we've done. Sunflower, I think, is a really, really happy flower. I always smile when I see them. When I get my garden sorted this year, I'm going to look into getting some sunflowers from my back garden, because I'd love to grow them, because I think they're beautiful, and this pad I think captures the essence of just how beautiful those flowers are. And you're getting again 36 double-sided sheets within the pad, and last but by no means least, complete contrast here. Wow, Debbie Robinson, if she was a pad, this is what she'd look like. And this is the one here. I don't think I've ever asked you, Craig, but I love this pad. It's very, very different, but I'm much more of a B-side man with this pad. Are you as well?
Yep, I'm the same. Yep, yeah. I like that marbled effect, that oil on water effect, yeah.
I mean, it's just snazzy, isn't it? I think that's the word to kind of chat around this. Is absolutely something very, very different. But the marbled effect, the B side for me is definitely the favourite. But again, you've got the choices here. It's entirely up to you. That is not a complete pad. I will tell you, you'll get more than that. 24 sheets, but all 5 of those pads coming to you in that collection. It's 168 sheets in total. £44 is incredible value for money. $60 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. All right, we're going to take a break, give you opportunities to get your carts checked out, more comments coming your way, and also last call on those questions. You've been brilliant tonight. It's just been great getting all the questions in. Anything else you want to ask Craig? Anything else you want to request? If we can squeeze it in, we will. And whilst you are checking out your baskets, we're going to find out more about our team, starting off with the wonderful Becky Swan.
Hi, I'm Becky. I'm the soft craft expert for Crafter's Companion. I've always crafted. I think because my parents worked at Shepperton Studios, I grew up at Shepperton. They were always working, so my holidays and my weekends and my evenings were spent at the studios, and I just sort of sit around with the other artists, and they'd give me a bit of clay to play with or some fabric. So I was always making things, and there were a couple of children around the same sort of age, and we just used to make clothes for our Cindy dolls. I'm flighty with my crafts. I want to try everything, so I go all out and I decide tomorrow I'm going to be doing candle making, and I buy all the stuff and I make candles, and then I lose interest and I move on to the next thing. I want to be able to have a little go at all sorts of crafts, and I've always been like that ever since I was a small child, so I think I can turn my hand and give anything a go. My craft inspiration, I think a lot of that comes from the internet, looking online, being able to watch sort of artists producing bits and pieces, as well as sort of just general crafters. But a lot of my inspiration came from sort of my mum and my mum's friends, which were all sort of great designers and people that created all sorts of different things. The Crafters TV audience have been so kind to me. So when I first started, and I've not been here a huge amount of time, and I've done a little bit of presenting, I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made and when they've been inspired by the shows. I think that's great. My biggest achievement, I'm going to put it on social media. I said that I was more proud of this than I was when I had my children. It was when I won a Demo of the Week I was just absolutely gobsmacked that I'd won Demo of the Week. I don't often win Demo of the Day, so to win Demo of the Week, I was really, really super excited. Oh God, I can't give you the gossip because I promised that I wouldn't give any of the gossip away, but it is great. Lots of us stay overnight in a house here, which is brilliant because we all get to know each other on a like real personal kind of level rather than just colleagues. So it's a really great atmosphere, and there's so much to learn from all of these people that I work with. So I feel really quite blessed to be part of this, and it is a happy family, I have to be honest.
I think I've always been a little bit crafty. I used to craft when I was very young, and I say craft, I used to take a needle and a cotton and sew all my own clothes, tie-dyeing and things like that. So what makes Crafters TV special in my eyes is the community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion for Crafters Companion on all the things that we do. I've made some real friends as well, because we talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing. And I do interact quite a lot. So I'm open any time of the day and night to answer any crafty questions. Whether I answer straight away at 3 o'clock in the morning may be a different matter. But it's lovely to be able to reach out and help. The one for me is the Ultimate Pro. The Ultimate Pro is just an amazing piece of equipment, a core product that I can't live without, because I can make all my card blanks from it. So when I mean card blanks, I mean my bases from all sorts of different shapes and sizes, envelopes on there, bowl making on there, different shaped cards on there. It literally is the tool that keeps on giving and giving. So for me, that's one of the core products that I can't live without. Started about 20 years ago, probably a bit longer because I've always been quite crafty. The people, obviously. The people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it, and there's not many places that you can say that where you work. So it is definitely the people that make it. We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft-alongs especially, where we've had viewers craft along with us. There are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family, and that is so important to us. The Gemini is just the most awesome machine out there on the market. It is second to none. It is the most incredible machine that I've ever used, and I've been crafting a long time. When you come across a machine that does everything that you need it to do, and you know it's never going to need updating, you know, it's not like phones where they're going to bring a new one out. The only difference they can do with the Gemini is the size, is the colour, but the Gemini itself is, you know, proven to be the most amazing product out there on the market. So yeah, it has to be the Gemini.
Welcome back, everybody. I love, says Gwenda G, how Craig says film.
Film. Film.
Film.
Film. Illusion film.
The illusion film. Film. A lot of people up north, I mean, in England up north say film as well, don't they? Film. How do you say book? Book. How do you say book?
Book.
Yeah, book.
Book.
Yeah, book. Well, Leanne says book, doesn't she? Book.
Well, we're quite far up north in England here. You know, you're only about an hour and a bit away from the Scottish borders.
Don't I know it? Having driven up there the other day.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, yeah.
How do you say squirrel?
Squirrel.
How about swirl?
Swirl.
What about swirly squirrel?
Swirly swirl. Carol and Carol.
What's that?
Carol and Carol.
Carol and Carol?
Yeah. So to me, I'm saying two different names.
Carol
I'm saying
and Carol.
Carol as in the female Carol, and then I'm saying Carol as in the male Carol.
Carl.
Carol.
Carol and Carl.
Carol and Carol.
That is amazing. I love it. I love Craig's accent. Carol and Carl.
Carol and Carol.
That was the thing that always got me with Debbie Fisher as well. I'll get her to say it next week because she's got like hers is like a London accent, isn't it? Like southern accent. And when she says male, you ever heard her say male? And a few times I couldn't understand what she was saying because she says mao.
Oh.
Never noticed that?
No.
Put it in the mao, or if you're making a mao card rather than a mail card.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll need to pay attention to that.
Carol and Carl. Just do it one more time.
Carol and Carol. But they're not the same thing.
But no, they're not, but they are when you say
No,
it.
they're not. I'm saying them differently. I'm saying Carol with a C and I'm saying Carol with a K.
Lindsay says, us Geordies say film that way too. Yeah, film. Oh dear.
It's like worm.
Worm.
We say worm.
Worm.
As in worm.
Worm.
W-O-R-M.
Mark says, I love the Scottish accent. I do as well. And we're not laughing at it. It's just...
I don't mind, laugh at me if you want.
No, well, I'm not laughing at you. I just think it's an amazing accent. It's so... That's the thing I've sort of learned as I've come up here. Listen to me with my posh southern accent. I'm not even that posh.
No, you're not.
But I am turning a bit northern. I do say in it a lot. I say out as well. And like a lot.
Yeah.
Like.
I say just a lot.
Just. And Gannon as well, I say now as well. Just Gannon out of the shop. Do you want anything? Do you want out from the shop? Like.
Ah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Belly band sounds like a good idea for Vellum, says Kim. We had a bit of a mini Vellum masterclass, didn't we, earlier? Sarah says, thank you guys, always pros, truly thankful for the advice, as always. I shall have a good crafting session this weekend and play. Hillary says, some of these were in my special papers on birthday week, but I'm too mean to use them as I love that box. It smells lovely. Oh, the special papers box smells nice. I made a lantern using 4 small wood frames and I covered them with vellum, leaving the bottom open to set over a battery pillar candle, says Anne. Pat, I don't know what he's laughing at. Pat says, I have watched the news the other day. Iceland actually had the skies like the cosmic papers. The pictures were just beautiful, as well as the paper from CC. That's the old Aurora Borealis. What?
The Aurora Borealis.
Yeah. I sent Leanne to go and get the... well, now, you know what, we started it now, because now people want you to say things.
Oh, let's just fire them across.
So Hillary wants you to say edge crimper.
Edge crimper.
Ah, but you don't call it that, though, do you?
I call it the edge crimpler.
There you go. Edge crampler. And Sarah now calls it the edge crimpler as well, which is a hat off to you. Because that's what you call it. That's what we're all going to call it. Lynn says, Ben, you say kids or children. We say bairns. We say a lot of words like the lovely Scots. Yeah. As I say, my wife is like, Laura's, I think, even sort of more posher sounding than me. She's from Cheltenham, and she still barely, if anyone with like a Geordie or Northern accent, she barely understands them.
No.
Yeah, she was asking me what bairns means the other day. She had no idea what that was. What's a bairn, darling? What's a bairn? I was like, oh, it's a kid, isn't it? Bairn. Anyway, a kid is a baby goat, but a kid is also a child, which is a bairn, which is a wee.
So wee
pasnapper.
torag.
A wee torag. Card. £44. It's Friday night, come on. £44 or $56 for your card collection. It is going to include, show you this side, it is going to include your glitter card, mirror card, luxury linen card, Centura Pearl and more. So you're going to get all of this included. So your precious metals, you're going to get your 36 sheets in here, 310 GSM, so all of your metallic colours. You're going to get your Centura Pearl Darks in there as well, which is your 5 colour pack. Do you want to I'll just quickly show you, I suppose I can, can't I? I'm sorry, but I kind of feel everyone needs to see the colours in here. That's chocolate box, isn't it?
Chocolate box.
Beautiful colours in there. So you're getting 40 sheets, you're getting 5 different colours, 8 of each. Ooh, there's your chocolate to go in the chocolate box. Ooh. 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 You've got your your royal blue, and then you've got like sort of like, well, silvery, platinumy, but you're getting all that in there. Also, so that is, how many sheets we've got there now? 76 sheets. Then you're getting a further 30 sheets here. Well, actually, I'm going to 30 sheets in a bit in your ice blue. So you're getting your sheets of glitter cardstock. Then you get your satin. Oh, hello. That is
Love
beautiful.
it.
So luxurious, so gorgeous. And then you get your 10 sheets of the mirror card included as well. So that's 30 and a bit sheets. And then over this side, I won't flick through this, Jamie, because no, it's fine. No, it's fine. I don't destroy your shot here. You're gonna get. Do you want me to? This is the easy one. Well, you've seen this already today. Your fabulous fuchsia. You've got your wild at heart as well. This one here actually is your glitter and mirror card collection. So again, you're going over here. So again here, you're getting all these beautiful sheets of our mirror card. You've got, I mean, yours will be intact as well, but you're getting fuchsia and gold in here. You're also getting the most beautiful, this has been used, you're getting the most beautiful black glitter cardstock in there as well. Hard to show, but it's really, really small particles of glitter. Just going to look amazing for you. You've got that beautiful, again, sort of like chocolate glitter cardstock. And then also the beautiful purple in there as well. You're also going to get within the bundle the Floral Elegance 12 by 12. This one again is 24 sheets, and you're getting your mirror and matte mirror cardstock in here in all of these stunning, beautiful, beautiful colours. That is an absolute steal of a deal actually. For £44 or $56, everything I've just shown you there comes to you in that bundle. A few more comments, and then I think we're going to have a quick look at these with Craig. Let's see if there's any more requests come in. Only one from Hilary. Says, every time I think about the edge crimpler, it's in a Scottish accent. Me too now, edge crimpler. Right. No, but that's what everyone thinks of now, because that's the way he says it. Edge crimpler. What are you going to show us now?
I just thought, in one of the die bundles that we've got that you'll find on Shop the Day, we've got these Connect and Thanks sentiment. I love these ones here. And it was just to show you, if you can give me one of the sheets, Ben, of your matte blue from the luxury card, because the matte's always my favourite.
Me
matte
too.
satin. Some say matte, some say satin here. And it'll just show you how, even when it comes to connecting sentiments with the luxury cardstock, it cuts like an absolute dream. So I'm just going to bring in, let's bring in my guillotine again, just here. So I'm going to take my, let's go in with, what is the actual length of this? So it's just over 6 inches here. So let's take that and let's do 6 inches. And then let's just cut that down and let's do so we'll do 8 inch, so then we can do 6 by 4. So let's bring that down here, and let's bring in our scoring tool again, and then we're just going to score down the middle, and then there we've got our really, really cute luxury 6 by 4 satin blue cardstock. But let's bring in that connecting sentiment. So we've got thanks here. As I say, I absolutely love this range of sentiments. Tend to use them as an individual die. Now what I mean by that is I don't tend to use them in the forum that they were designed for, i.e. this effect here, connecting from top and bottom. But again, I just wanted to show you how some luxury cardstocks, what can happen is it can start to split, and it can start to feather. So by going in with this one, and I tell you what I am going to do is let's do it that way, and I'm going to go in with my full plate configuration. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to take out my magnetic shim. I'm sure this will cut without the magnetic shim. What it'll do as well is it'll give less pressure, which means there's less chance of any of the indentations on your cutting plate actually transferring through onto the luxury cardstock. But then once this has cut, which if it hasn't, we can run it through again with the magnetic, which, yeah, it's not quite cut there within the middle. So we can just run it through again, but with the full plate configuration, this time by layering up, and then we're going to run that one through. And this is another point. A die like this is when you can start to put vellum to the back. So if you want to then bridge that vellum at the back of it, you can do that. But if we take that out, I mean, just the cut, the precise cut, with something
amazing
like your connecting sentiments, it really is a dream to cut. And then if we then take, actually, sorry Ben, can I get one of the shedless blue glitter card from that range? Thank you. What we can do is if I take all those bits out, and then, thank you very much, kind sir.
Welcome.
Let's take our next bit, and this time I'm going to cut it just shy of 4 inches and just shy of 6 inches. Now this is, technically this is a coated cardstock, so this is where you would want to use your tacky glue. For speed, I am just going to be using my tape runner and my dotty tape runner here, just to show you the look by if you're wanting to back it. Now, it's connecting sentiment, so it will stand completely on its own because it's been connected top and bottom.
Yeah.
But if you're wanting to add a design on the back, whether it is pattern paper, whether it is vellum, or whether you're just wanting to make your cards and your project tone on tone with the same range of luxury cardstock, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to then match that into the middle just here. And then let's press that in and turn that around. And now you imagine if you've got something such as wedding invites, or you're doing certain stationery, of course, then you can then start to take all of your different dies or your connecting sentiments. I'm going to trim that just a little bit thinner that we can see here. And then even when it comes to your luxury cardstock, that little mark I've just done is actually user error when I scored in there with my scoring tool. But just with your connecting sentiments onto your delicate cut sentiments, when it comes to things such as your inserts, when it comes to things such as your stationery, whatever it is that you're wanting to then make. Now we're on a glass mat here, so I'm going to put that forward. Let's just bring that in. I'm going to score that a little bit better at the top, give that a good burnish over the top, and then you've got your thanks. So don't ever worry about using intricate dies, connecting dies, frame dies when it comes to your luxury cardstock. Play with your plate configuration, but you're still going to be able to get a perfect cut each time.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for that, Craig. £44, $56 for that 6-piece collection. The saving is immense here. $25.94 or $35.82. Look at what you should be paying. Look at what you are paying. And as I keep saying, a lot of these items, and certainly individuals of these items, if you don't want to go for full bundles, you'll find it over on the National Craft Month page on our website, which of course is easy to find, .com.co.uk or .eu. And you can use that code NCM Paper to get 30% off. And like I said, for those of you that watched our Cartload show yesterday, you'll also have an extra code to use. Sarah Muir says, pretty glitter and mirror card. My inner magpie wants the shiny. Get the shiny. It's here at a great deal tonight. And Evelyn Boyd says, good afternoon and hello to my 2 favourite guys, Ben and Craig. Thank you, Evelyn, and hello back at ya. We've talked a bit about adhesives tonight. If it's adhesives you're after, we've got a really good bundle, actually, of a lot of your kind of core adhesives when it comes to your crafting. Like, as Craig was talking about a little bit earlier on, your all-purpose glue, so you're going to get a bottle of that included within this bundle. I also like the fact that within this set, we're giving you the 2 options when it comes to sticking if you want dimension and height. If you're doing things like decoupage, for example, you've got your foam pads, you've got options, and that's the great thing. If you love to use your foam pads, this is really nice because you've got your 80 foam pads within this. These are the 24 by 12 by 3 mil foam pads. And again, nice and super simple to use. But alongside that, and this is again is a great sort of try me kit. If you're not sold on one or the other, try the foam pads, try the 3D glue as well. I, again, you know, a lot of you know I've just been having a bit of a tinker, a bit of a go. I was always kind of foam pads, but then I've been trying the Collal glue recently, and it is absolutely brilliant. Gives you a bit more wiggle time, doesn't it, the Collal glue? So if you are perhaps new to sticking, this is great because you stick one of those in place, it's stuck, it's difficult to get off. With this, of course, if you stick something down and you think, oh, I don't quite want it there, you've got the open time that this allows you so you can move it around. What's nice about this as well, actually, is that we give you your kit, so you've got a nice, easy way to dispense. You've got your little syringe in there too, and of course, you've got your key, your corned beef key, as I call it, which you're going to pop on the end of your tube. As you begin to use it, you know, it's like when you use your toothpaste, isn't it? You can never get the final sort of bits and pieces out. When you've got that key, then you can use that to squeeze every last drop of your glue out of the tube, which is great. So that's included in your bundle. Also in your bundle, and again, kind of going back to what Craig was showing us a little bit earlier on, the ballpoint glue pen set. So these, again, are really, really cool, really handy. You've got the 5 pens within this set, and these are absolutely brilliant, perfect for you know, if you want to do some lettering, if you want to do some writing, for example, you can write with these as you would a normal ballpoint pen. And the great thing with these, Craig, isn't it, is that it comes out blue, and when that blue has disappeared, you know it's tacky and it's ready to go. So you could potentially use your gilding flakes with this as well, couldn't you?
Not potentially, you could.
Well, there you
use your gilding flakes, or you could use your glitters on there, absolutely anything like that. So just let it go tacky.
Yeah.
Ben said, let that blue disappear just after a moment or two, and then that will stay sticky until you put something on it.
Yeah, they're really cool. And again, it's a try me bundle for 20 quid. This is insane, actually. It's a 0.7mm ballpoint nib. You'll get 5 of those included there. Always very handy. And again, you've seen Craig use this quite a lot today through the week as well. Your low-tack tape. Nice to have 3 rolls of that within the bundle. So again, great for things like sticking down your dies when you're passing them through your machine so they don't slip. And also brilliant if you are using your stencils. I know we've got various sprays. Sarah earlier on today, if you're watching on QVC, was using her sprays to sit down stencils, but you've got the low-tack tape option as well for you. Just bear in mind, and it's always something that our guys talk about as well, if you're using this within your machine, you want to de-tack it a little bit, don't you?
Yes.
Because low-tack becomes high-tack. So you've got that. And then also in this set, you're going to get 2 tape pens. And how handy is that, actually, that you're going to get your dotty tape pen and you're going to get your standard glue tape pen as well. Those are the original designs, if you like. So you're getting 22 metres, 72 feet of tape in each. Really good bundle. £20 or $32. I know Craig's just lined up his over there, so care to expand on that, Craig?
Yeah, just to expand just a little bit of already what Ben's quite rightly already said about these ones here. Really, you've got your glue gel, and then you've got your foam pads as well. Personal preference. So the good thing with the foam pads is it's instant. So once you start to layer up, that's it. Make it and then send it. With the glue gel, you do have to let it dry. If you are a beginner, as much as I love my foam pads, as a beginner, I would recommend the glue gel because you've got wiggle time, you've got movability. Yes, you do need to let it dry. It is touch dry within an hour or so, but I would always leave it overnight before you actually post it or give it, just because of the pressure. Sometimes then, of course, it could flatten it. But you've got your wet and your dry. So your dry is your foam pads, your wet is your glue gel.
So would you, if you were posting them, you would more often than not use foam pads, would you?
It depends. If I need to make and send it straight away, I would use the foam pads because it's dried and it's instant.
Yeah.
If, of course, you need to, if you've got time, then I would use your glue gel to then, of course, just then let it dry. So it's it is purely down to comfort and preference with either or. My go-to is always, of course, the foam pads. You've got your tacky glue, as we said earlier on. That's good for any coated cardstock. It's still good for using for your embellishments and that, to then attach your embellishments onto all of your cards and your projects. So you can definitely be using that if you want to. You've then got your low-tack tape, as Ben was saying. You've got your low-tack tape there for you to then just tack down your dies. Also good to then do your masking if you want to, and then inking and spritzing over the top. If we just go back to the glue gel.
Stephanie wants to know what all the tools are in there.
Okay, let's do that. So if we bring all of these out here, so let's take these. So you can then take your syringe. So you've got your syringe in there. So now I'm not going to do this, but all that you're going to do is you're just then going to press that into the end.
Okay.
And then you're just going to press, and then you're going to decant only about half fill it into place, and then just make sure when you're resealing it, press so you get a little bulge of the glue gel at the top, and then turn it, and then that's just going to give it the nice seal at the top, and it's not going to dry out. You can then just come along, and then you can then just pop that back in. You're going to press it until as far as it will then go with your glue gel. When you're not using it, press it again until you get a little bulge coming from the top, and then you do get in there a little yellow cap. Just pop the little yellow cap on there. That stops it drying out. If you want to, you can put that straight on to the top here.
Okay.
So if you want to do that, you do just need to then just chop away at the end there till you've got your desired size.
I've never seen that being used,
nozzle.
actually.
No one ever uses it.
No,
I never use it, and I've not really seen anyone use it before. And then to then get all the most out of your glue gel, you can take your corned beef tin, and then all that you're just going to do, that you would get on your corned beef tin, and then you're just going to use that to press. So you're not going to waste anything. So yes, you can be using it for your toothpaste as well if you want to.
Great idea.
So you've got the ability to then do that. What you can also do with that one as well, if you struggle with the press, just use that while then you are decanting. So you can just hold it and press, twist until then it goes into the actual syringe. And then as you were showing there a minute ago, your Stay Sticky pen there for your Gilded Flakes, and then your glitter, and then you've got your 2 tape runners. Straight tape runner there that we can see here, so that is good for all your flat mats and layers. You've got your dotty tape runner, which is good for all your intricate pieces, all your intricate die cuts, but you can still use them for your Gilded Flakes. So I used the straight one earlier on with the Gilded Flakes. You can also use the dotty one. It just means all your Gilded Flakes, you're going to get tiny little minute pin drop dots, which looks quite cool as well.
What a show. Massive thank you to all the team. Thank you to Becky on the socials. Thank you to Jake. Thank you to Johnny. Thank you to Jamie. Massive thank you to Craig. I've had a brilliant week with you, mate, as always.
Me too.
And I shall miss you next week.
Thank you. I will be dotting in and out of Hobby Maker today. So I'm there Tuesday, then I'm there the Friday, the Saturday as well. The Creative Craft Show here in the UK in Birmingham next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to be there on the Sunday on the Hobby Maker stand for a wee while. So if you are going to the NEC, come and say hi.
Don't forget you can watch more over on 24/7. Next week it's me and Debbie Fisher. Launch-a-ganza, I'm calling it. We've got the Illusion film. We've got the confetti cutting dice. Sheena's got a launch. We've got the Pets Rule and 2 soft craft launches next Friday with Becky Swan. If you want more crafty content, my channel 7:30. Moseby's makes Sunday. Me and him on Craft Stories. Until then, have a great weekend. Bye.
Toodles.